Hey everybody, my name's Lindsay Perrone, and to start off right, I want to give a quick intro of who I am and what I'm about and what this channel is going to be about. So, I've been a trainer for the past almost decade, 9 years, and I've been in the fitness game for even longer. I've worked out and I've trained in all areas from, Olympic lifting, CrossFit, to just bodybuilding, circuit training. I've done, the Globo Gym training. I've done corporate wellness. I've done one-on-one and group training, going to people's houses and, have them coming to me. So I've seen all types and I've been in all arenas. And, personally, I started my fitness journey and I was 18. And it wasn't until this last year at 28 that I truly realized, why I truly got into fitness. And it's come from my self-realization journey. I was 18, I just quit basketball, which had been my first love. And ever since I was, old enough to talk and walk, I wanted to play basketball. And I was good at it. I flowed. It was just natural to me. And I ended up putting my identity into basketball and putting so much pressure on myself to perform. I had college scholarships, but I put so much resistance into it that I took the love out of it. So I fell out of love. And, during that process, I also, realized I was gay, I've always known, but it kind of hit me when I was freshman year of high school. And, thank you, Katy Perry. But it hit me, and that really forced me to kind of go in my shell, but also rely more on basketball to feel that safety. So when I had to let it go, I couldn't do it anymore. And a lot of things that went into that, but it forced me to try and find a new identity, to further hide and put a mask up of being gay to the outside world. And I got into fitness thinking, these are the thoughts in an 18-year-old mind. I'll get hot and I'll get a girlfriend, and then, I'll feel confident and loved and accepted enough to come out to everybody else. Because at that point, no one knew. I just was letting it fizzle and die inside me. And it was a horrible feeling. It was like being trapped in a prison. And I suffered an eating disorder, and I worked out like crazy, beating myself to death. And, I've posted pictures online on my Instagram and Facebook before showing it, how skinny I truly was, to the point where my family was scared. I was scared. And it didn't hit me until, this past year of why I truly did that, why I truly got into fitness. And it changed my whole aspect of my business, of my training, and even how I live my life. And that all came from self-realization. It came from the fact that I wasn't searching for the body. And what I was really searching for was the outside validation that I needed to feel the freedom of authenticity, to feel the love and acceptance that I was craving, that I was searching for. And I thought that by getting the body, I would own that. And it was always in the future of when I get there, when I get that perfect body, then I'll feel better. And then I'd go, skinnier and skinnier, or perfect my body more and more. And I still would just, keep on searching and never find that feeling of satisfaction. And it's because I was putting my value in the outcome and always putting salvation in the future. And it wasn't until this year that I realized that from this experience, I realized everything happens right now. And all the power is within us. Our outer reality is just a mirror of our internal reality. We don't need outside validation to feel any kind of way. Our outer reality is reflecting back to us what we need to know to change our internal reality. because we can feel and be anything we want right now. And that is what this channel is about. It's about using the mind, body, and spirit in alignment with each other to feel that sense of wellness. And I'm going to show you in a variety of ways through self-realization and, even body work, workouts, and mobility, and just self-care, self-love, in order to learn more about yourself and realize that wellness is a journey and not a destination. It is a journey within that never stops. Is coming into your truth, your personal path. This is not the same for anybody else. Finding your joy in alignment. And it's a constant roller coaster of up and down of, leveling up and letting go of these beliefs that no longer serve us. Letting go of the past in order to go into the vastness and limitless future that we have. Wellness is so much more than having the body and all that. Because the body and, the validation, it's all an effect of your internal world. You don't get the dream body by simply, beating yourself up and dieting and trying to force it. It's about allowing it. And it comes from self-love and knowing yourself. It is 90% energy and mind. And I'm going to go into more of that in today's video. And in all the other videos as well. We're really unlocking our true selves. Our abundant and amazing self that's within. So wellness and transformation is not about adding anything, because you have everything inside you. It's about letting go of all the past beliefs that served you for that time to get to heal. But now you have to let go and make room for new, to level up. And it's a constant cycle. So with that, let's go into the first topic of the video today, which is, how do you start this wellness journey? Whether you want the ideal body or just to feel healthy and good, whatever wellness looks like for you, it's going to be different for everybody. But for me, the all-encompassing state of wellness is alignment. Alignment with your truth. Alignment with your spirit, mind, and body. And whatever you believe in, I just say spirit, but you can believe in whatever you want, Doesn't matter what you call it. It's the feeling. And that's what I get you to feel it too. So, wellness is the alignment. And another way to look at it is it's aligning your feeling and your intentions with your actions. So basically aligning your internal reality with your desires to create an outer reality that you want, which includes your body. So where do you start? And the answer is going to be yourself, from the inside. It's from knowing yourself, knowing where you're starting from. So what are your current beliefs? Because I mentioned before, your outer reality is a reflection of your inner reality, your beliefs, your thoughts, your past experiences. So in order to be that vision of wellness that you desire, you have to first know where you're at. Know what's blocking you from that vision of yours. So knowing yourself is really knowing, where you're at, but also what you truly want. And how I mentioned my story about, me thinking I wanted the body, but really I wanted to feel that sense of love and connection and authenticity and freedom. That's what I ultimately wanted. I just thought by getting the body, that's what everybody else wanted from me, and I then earned my way to do that. So it wasn't really my desire. It was more of a fear-based off of what everybody else wanted, what society told me was sexy. Because, as women, we We believe that we have to be a certain way to be sexy and allow ourselves to feel sexy or confident. And many of us do that in a lot of situations. We have these beliefs in our head that society has put in, or experiences have put in, or what we've read, or whatever it is, and it's a vault in our subconscious mind that it stays in there, and it creates a reality or perception of both the world and ourselves. So that is really the limiting factor of transformation. Because if you're stuck in those same programs in autopilot, like think of a computer, each belief and thought and is a program hardwired into the computer. And that is how you perceive the world and yourself. So if you're stuck in autopilot, unaware of these programs, you're gonna keep going through the same loops over and over again. I mean, perhaps you found yourself trying to get on that train of the fitness and diet and health every New Year's and then falling off. Maybe you lasted a week, it felt so uncomfortable, you maybe got sick, or you just let your mind tell you couldn't do it, or I'll do it on Monday. That is all your subconscious mind pulling you back into that state of what you know, what you believe yourself to be. Change is uncomfortable because you actually have to let go of those beliefs that you created. And you may last a couple weeks before those, you get uncomfortable, either physically or emotionally, and learning how to navigate those feelings and realize that that's you purging, that's you changing and leveling up instead of that's bad. And that's what your mind wants you to think, like it wants survival. So the more you listen to that voice in your head telling you to stop, you're going to remain where you're at. Which brings me to the next point. In the same process of learning where you're at now in those beliefs, you also want to get a vision in your head, a feeling of your destination. So what does wellness look like for you? What is your main chief vision of what you're looking for? And this comes from visualization, actually closing your eyes and visualizing your ideal reality. Just going into a room by yourself and no limitations, not just seeing it on a screen, but actually feeling it, actually being there. Like if it's like at the ocean, you're tasting the salty air and feeling it in your hair and the sand in your toes and feeling those feelings of, is it freedom? Is it confidence? Is it love and connection? Like getting the feeling is so key. Because that's what we're after. We're not after the outcome or the manifestation. We're after the feeling. Which is why when you constantly go after things that you don't truly feel, like say you get the job or the promotion, but you don't really want it. You're just on to the next thing and then the next thing, and you're constantly searching. Or like how I was with my body, never being enough. And that's because you're not feeling that true desire. You're not getting the feeling, the joy. Joy is when you're in alignment with your spirit, and it's like, yes, with your path. So at the end of this video, I'll take you through the visualization and the grounding. But for right now, I'm just going to talk a little bit about it, and then we'll go into that. So visualization, that is basically setting your destination in the GPS. Because your subconscious mind is your habits and your programs. It rules 95 to 99% of your daily life, your thoughts, what you say, what you do. I mean, how often when you wake up in the morning, do you have this same routine, you don't realize you're doing it? You sleep on the same side of the bed, or whatever it is. That is your subconscious mind. It is meant to take you from point A to point B, based off of your past experiences and knowledge. It's like a vault of all of your past experiences. Not just actually experienced in physical reality, but what you put in your head too. So even those like fear-based thoughts and scenarios that you put in your head, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference. Which also works in your favor though when you're visualizing what you truly want. Because then your mind doesn't know the difference of that either, and it thinks it's already happened. So the more you go into that imagination, as Neville Goddard says, is imagination is how you manifest things in your life, is how you create. That is your ultimate reality, because we are all energy. But I won't go too deep in that rabbit hole in this video. But going back into the subconscious, it rules 95-99% of your reality. So you're going through these constant loops unaware. So those visualization that puts that why, puts that destination to the GPS for the subconscious mind to take you to. So during the process of transformation and self-realization, is vital that you find those beliefs that are stopping you from getting to that destination. Not necessarily just picking new beliefs to replace them, but actually working through each of those limiting beliefs that are blocking you and proving them wrong, asking why and feeling through them while still reaching for those better beliefs. So, because your mind, it won't necessarily, if you're trying to like avoid a thought, you can't fake yourself out. You have to go into each of those beliefs and be like, no, like that's, why? Why can't I have abundance? Who says? Who told me that? Why? Like pick it apart like my 5-year-old stepson. Why? That's his favorite word. So, and then also, choosing those beliefs that future self would have. Like what does she believe in? How does she act? And start to implement that in your life. So it's really a play of letting go in order to make room for those new beliefs to come in. And that also comes from, your mental diet, feeding yourself with good mental input. So it comes from, watching these videos and constant consistency input. So YouTube videos, podcasts, books, everything you can be in your environment. So surrounding yourself with good energy and motivation of more matching that energy of who you want to be. Basically like brainwashing. You're creating those new programs in your mind, because the less you use those limiting belief programs and the more you use the new ones, those die off and these ones become stronger. It's like working a muscle. Every time you use it, it gets stronger. It becomes activated that much easier. And then you get to a point where it's like, oh my gosh, like it's just natural. You don't have to try to believe something. It just is, like it. And that comes from application. That comes from embracing and constantly having that good mental diet. And I always tell my clients, it's not really about what you eat. That's the effect when you're trying to get that body. It's not about how much you work out. It starts with the mental diet, your inner reality. Because think about it. When you feel like shit or you're wanting comfort, what do? You maybe have that wine or that ice cream, or you eat and you're busy eating. And that is from your internal reality. The moment that you become present and aware of your programs, and grounding too is key. I also actually have that in my blog post as well on my website, www.conquerfitwithlp.com, and I'll put it in the description too. But I've talked about grounding too. But we'll go back to present first. So when you get present, you're aware of the feelings, you're aware of your thoughts, and you can even stop and ask yourself, like when you're reaching for that ice cream, like, hey, what am I trying to feel right now? Like what emotions am I trying to feel from this ice cream? Do I really want it? Can I get what I'm needing from this ice cream right now? Or is it more of me just wanting comfort, or I feel, stressed out? And then the more you feel into it and allow it, you may find yourself not even wanting the ice cream. Or even if you do, and then you say you have it, you realize after, hey, it didn't really help. And that goes into your subconscious mind. And that's just a little tidbit of like how presence actually helps, and how much your inner reality dictates your outer. When you start to have that vision in your head and start to become that new you, your subconscious mind is going to navigate for you the path of least resistance towards that goal. So you're naturally going to want to eat better and love yourself because you're feeling those emotions right now. You're embodying that version of you while inputting that good mental diet. You make it easier on yourself. You use that, that the subconscious mind is a tool instead of a block. And it all comes from changing your internal reality. So that is why the first key to transformation is inside. Is getting, an idea of where you're at and where you want to be and what's blocking you from there. It all comes from within here. And I'll tell you, yes, you can get the body by forcing and, out of fear-based and control of dieting and beating yourself up to death. I've done it, and I've been every shape and size, but I wasn't happy at all. And it was harder to keep because I felt like a hostage. So what if you got that dream body and you felt good on the inside and it became easy to keep it because it was more of an effect of your internal reality? It becomes a natural state for you. You're no longer following all these fads and all these people on Instagram and always trying to keep your body. It's a natural effect of being in a state of wellness, knowing yourself. Because your path to your body is going to be completely different than mine. You know what? I work out 50% less than I used to, but I have a better body now. I eat more of those sweet treats when I want them without any guilt. Doesn't that sound so much better than trying to beat yourself up and, berate yourself and, just beat yourself into shape and judge yourself? Think of it as like trying to fix yourself. Wellness and transformation is not about fixing yourself. It's about loving yourself enough to care how you feel and to make it your number one intention to feel good. That is what wellness is. It is not about judgment or fixing anything. Understanding that you are completely perfect as is right now and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. It's about loving yourself and getting to know yourself. Accepting yourself, choosing right now to give yourself and the permission to feel nothing but joy, acceptance, love, connection right now. Because what you feel in here is going to be reflected out here. So that's great and all. So how do you get to know yourself? You get present, yes. And when you get present, you can actually observe. You can be in the present moment and actually observe your reality and use it as feedback. And that comes from every experience, look as a learning lesson. Everyone around you is reflecting something back at you that is within you, of how you see yourself. And that was one of the hardest things for me to grasp because I wanted to blame. It wasn't my fault. I was a victim. No. You have complete control. It is your reality. That is you taking your power back, taking full responsibility for how you feel, regardless of what is around you. And I'll be doing another video on that next, but for right now, that's what I want you to think about. Think of it as everybody else as a lesson. So with that in mind, being present allows you to see that, observe it, and detach. Thank them and show gratitude for showing this to you, because that's your gateway to leveling up to that best version of yourself. That you with little to no stress and loving life and that body and feeling energized. Those are your gateways. And, also is being aware of your thoughts and feelings. Contrast. Contrast is the best feedback. Because how do you know what you truly want without first knowing what you don't want? So many of us are so afraid, myself included. I used to be so afraid of contrast. And there's still times I'm like, oh God, no. But just embrace it. Don't resist it. think of it as a lesson and flip that bottle, as my wife always says, and see it as a blessing. Like, oh, okay, now I know what I really do want. And the same thing goes with wellness. So right now, what is your contrast? What don't you like right now? And what's the difference between this reality and your future reality that you envisioned in your mind? See the contrast and see what you truly want. And it's okay if you don't know what you want right now. Spend some time this week and just get to know yourself. Start to get grounded and present and see, what you don't want. And it's going to get a clearer idea. Because when I first started, I admittedly had no idea. I spent my life being a chameleon and doing what everybody else wanted, trying to fit in. So I really did not have an idea of what I wanted. But the more I got to know myself and the more I looked at my surroundings in contrast and asked myself the right questions, the clearer picture I got of what I wanted. And I felt my way to that. I didn't see it. I didn't, read it in books. I felt what felt good to me. And that's where it comes from being in flow. That comes from alignment. And that comes from feeling your way through life rather than just thinking it. And I'll be talking more about flow and all that in my videos as well. This is a little intro of where to start. So I got a little outline here too, just to make sure I'm staying on track. But let's get into how to get grounded and present in visualization. It's a really quick exercise that do it every morning, and if you want to, every night, within that 30-minute window of waking up and going to bed, because that's when your subconscious is the most open for change. So let's start with getting grounded, and that's another way of getting present. So grounding, you can also check it out in my blog. I'll be talking more about it in the next videos. But it's basically about connecting with the earth energy. And a lot of the time our energy is this, our spirit is outside and around us. It's not in the body, so we feel lethargic and spacey and just ungrounded. That's the best way to put it. You're easily swayed with your beliefs. You're emotional and you just feel out of control. You have cravings because you're trying to get energy that you don't have because it's out here. And you're also leaving yourself open to take on other people's energy, which is where you might feel really emotional too. But you can check out that blog post as well. And I'll be talking more about it later, but that's just the basic premise. You're getting that pure energy. It's like filling up your car. You can't put cheap gas in and expect it to run properly. And that's where this comes in. But you feel it for yourself, and that's the first step, is feeling it. So I want you to start with putting the focus behind your eyes and then looking at some point straight ahead from you. And I want you to take a few deep breaths all the way in. And I like to sit, but you can also lay. I just like being vertical. So let's get in a comfortable position for you though, uninterrupted. So with the focus right behind your eyes, this next breath in, I want you to shut them, okay? Now I want you just to pay attention to what you're feeling in the body. Keep the focus behind your eyes though, and just kind of focus on what's going on. What thoughts are coming in, emotions, tension. Just get really present in the body. Allow the thoughts to come in. So feeling cluttered in your head, just kind of check in questions here. Okay. Now, any tension in the body, kind of feel that. Now, I want you to take the focus to the base of your spine. This is your root chakra. This is what grounds you. And I want you to imagine a trunk or like a light beam, whatever kind of fits your visualization better, going straight down into the center of the earth, connecting you to the center of the earth. Take a deep breath in. Allowing that root or beam to go all the way down and widen to the width of your body. Feel that energy coming up that cord and just filling you up. Breathing it in. And I also want you to pay attention to what physical tightness in your body, like what tension in your body. I want you to put focus on that. And I want you to take that tension and push it down, allow it to release down that cord, that grounding cord you just made. Push it all the way down, release it. Feel that release. See how this cord can come, energy can come in, but also can come out of your body and just be transferred into the earth and recycled. Now, what emotions are you feeling? Like what fear, anxiety, discomfort? Anything you want to release, just put it down that cord. Breathe it out. Depending on what you need, breathe in energy if you feel you need more energy. Imagine that root chakra's ball of light filling up. Listen to your body here and know that this can give it permission to connect and stay connected all day. Feel that heaviness, lightness, whatever way you feel. Take another deep breath. Now that we're grounded and present, I want you to bring your focus in between the center of your head or behind your eyes again. I'm going to do a brief visualization. So in this visualization, you're not just watching it on a screen. You're in there and experiencing it yourself. You're feeling every emotion, every touch, every smell, hearing all the sensations. The more detail, the better. And keep breathing. Visualize your ideal reality. What does wellness look like for you? How does she feel? What emotions? How does she look like? What does she look like, I mean? How do people treat her? Where are you? Bring as much of the senses in here as possible. Allow yourself to feel, be her. Are you accepting a reward for something? Are you working out? Are you being congratulated? Maybe you have your soulmate with you. There's no limits here. Anything. Okay. And I want you to open your eyes slowly. That is visualization and grounding. This is something that you can do every morning and set the intention for your day. Have the intention to stay grounded and feel those feelings all day long. And have the intention to observe your surroundings, to learn more about yourself. So one tip that you can do while, actually, outside of meditation, because you just meditated, by the way. Congrats if it's your first time. When you're talking to someone, put that focus behind the eyes. If you're feeling heady and ungrounded or emotional, make sure you reground yourself. Imagine that root coming down to the center of the earth, and it's instant. It will help you stay grounded. When you have those cravings, get grounded and present. Feel into it. Get those feelings and get to know yourself, and don't fight or resist the feelings. Allow everything. Just like how we did in the meditation, I told you to allow those thoughts and feelings to come in. Most of our suffering is from resisting, and this is what meditation teaches us, how to surrender and allow. So you can practice doing this in your everyday life, and the more you do it, the easier it becomes. So when you're talking to someone, or you just feel overwhelmed, go into a quiet place even, and just reground yourself. It takes a couple minutes. You can do it standing. And like I said, you don't have to go away. When you're talking to someone, just focus behind your eyes and see how present you truly are. So with this video, I want you to get the main points of where to start this journey. So if it's the ideal body, or getting, it's feeling good, or getting out of a funk you're in, it starts with self-realization and knowing where you're at, what are your current beliefs, and what you truly want. So ask yourself, how would I act if I didn't give a fuck what everybody else thought? What would you do if that voice wasn't going off in your head telling you to stop? And the moment that you make yourself a priority, the relationship with you and your higher self, the most important thing in life, over what anybody else thinks, it becomes so much clearer of what you truly want and who you are. So I hope I give you something to think about. If you liked it, please give me a like. I appreciate it. I'm still getting this YouTube thing down. Share it for anybody else who you think would need this. And stay tuned for next time. I'll be talking more on this and more about the wellness. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.